meeting has endorsed to elect and select our candidates for various offices in the 2023 general elections. The NEC took exception. The NEC took very great exception to the high nomination fees charged by major political parties in Nigeria. They saw it, NEC in session saw it as an absurdity, as unacceptable, by denying the youths and women opportunity to contest for the highest seat in the land. That this strategy of raising the nomination fees was intended to shut the youths, the women, and people living with disabilities out of the contest. You cannot endorse not too young to run. At the same time, you are hiking the nomination fees. It is like giving with the right hand and taking back with the left hand. So the NEC of the Zenith Labour Party, seated, condemned in its strongest terms the high nomination fees charged by the two major political parties and urged them to reverse the nomination fees to accommodate and to give room for Nigerians who are not privileged to be in office like them have opportunity to test their popularity. Somebody wants to contest for the office of the president. You are charging him 100 million naira. If elected president, he will not earn less than 40 million naira. On the other hand, you are encouraging him to steal when in office. So those were the reasons why NEC condemned the high nomination fees. Another condemnation was how the leadership of the country by President Muhammadu Buhari has kept quiet on the activities of his appointees in office, who are running for offices, various offices, by taking nomination forms and are still sitting on their offices. This is absurd. It has never happened in our history. Take away any law, including the procured judgment in Umuahia High Court, setting aside a legitimately passed law by the National Assembly in order to give room to satisfy the appointees of Mr. President to remain in office while looking for another office. Where is the morality? Zenith Labour Party believes that there must be some moral content in politics. Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, is this right? This cannot be right. And NEC in session calls on the president to direct all those that have indicated intention to run, who are his appointees, to resign immediately and go and test their popularity. These things should not be happening under your nose, Mr. President. We don't expect that you should allow it. If you want to, if the place you are is no longer good, you want something better, leave it and then go and contest. You can't be an appointee of the president, sitting as a minister, sitting as a board member, or any other position appointed by him, and then you are going for another. This is not right, Mr. President. This should not be acceptable by you or accepted by you. You should act as we know you by directing them to resign from the opposition for the positions they now occupy immediately and go and face their new ventures. That is the position of the National Working Committee. And I think that is the thinking of most Nigerians, that this is not right, this is not acceptable in a normal society, and we should not allow this to be part and parcel of our culture in this country. Thank you very much. Free for women, free for people living with disabilities, free for minorities that people have said they can never be. I'll give you an example, like in Benue. It is settled by the majority there that an Idoma can never be governor. We are telling Idoma, come and take the ticket here and become whatever you want to be. The same thing in Nasarawa, the same thing in Kaduna, the same thing in Borno. So where you have all these prejudices, I call it, we try to give them opportunity. Ours is the lawyers. We'll give it to you before you go. We distributed it the last time. And that's why we are saying you cannot charge that way. You are shutting the youth out. We have been calling on the young people in this country, the youths, the women, to come and use this window, this opportunity that has been provided by the Zenith Labour Party. Don't be an internet tiger or an attack dog for those that have been using you over the years on internet. Come back and play politics in the grassroots. That is where people are elected. The opportunity is for them. And I must tell you, since that last time, young people have been calling. You'll be shocked the number of young people that will run under this platform. Yes, somebody told me, but your party will lose money. I said, it doesn't matter. We want to groom the young people. We want to groom women with substance, with credibility, that are acceptable in their places, to come and occupy offices. We cannot scare them away by high nomination fees, as it's been done by the two parties. That is not acceptable. And I don't think it is right, even in the sight of God. So that's why we are calling on Mr. President. Mr. President, I know in your heart of hearts, you know it is not right. I recall when you condemned the high nomination fees before you were elected as president. He said, where do they expect me to get this money to pay? It was just 10 million then. Mr. President, you should not allow 100 million naira as nomination fee for your party, for president. When it was difficult for you to pay 10 million, and people paid it for you. Allow the young people, give meaning. Mr. President, give meaning to the not too young to run bill, which you signed into an act, by reducing it for young people to come and run. That's why here, young people, we are not charging them anything. We are not charging women anything. Let them come from anywhere and come and run. And I'm sure if they are backed by young people and women, they'll be elected into the parliament. You are talking about those that have collected the funds. Who are those collecting it? They are collecting it with public funds. It's not their money. It's either public funds now or the one they had acquired before. It is part of what we are saying. That is why we are having this problem on the streets, problem of insecurity. How much did he pay as governor? He paid 5 million as nomination fee to be elected governor in Nasarawa State. And it is the greatest arrogance in power to say that if you cannot pay, get people to pay for you. You are dealing with people. Who are those people? The people that cannot eat 2 times a day? Or the workers whose minimum wage has not been paid? Or who? Or the same people that are running, who? Running for their lives. So what we are saying is that we must do the right thing at all times. You don't use your position in power to oppress and suppress the downtrodden. There are young people that are better than Abdullahi Adamu, that can do better than him as governor of Nasarawa State. But they don't have the money to pay such amount of money as nomination fee to be governor in Nasarawa State. And that's why we have offered this platform. So it's not a matter of if you don't like it. There are no spoilers. There are no spoilers. It's just that they want to make more money. They want to make more money. No other reason. Look at those taking it. The other governors or former governors. Mention who else? Well, he collects enough tithes. That one is 40 million, right? Is it PDP or APC? 100 million. Has he paid? Of course, the church is rich. The church is very rich. Maybe they pay enough tithes and special offerings. So it's enough to be used to pay. But nobody wants to take risk with the 100 million. Bring that 100 million, give it to some of these young people you see. In 5 years, they will be billionaires. Because what they have in their head, they will turn it around. So it's a question of, why should I do that? It's morality. People will be laughing at us in a country that is very hungry, that is poor. So that is my take on that. On the issue of resignation, you see, I don't think it is right for the president to keep quiet. I don't think it is right. It goes right deep into his person as #1 citizen of the Federal Republic. We look up so much from him. There are things we will take for granted that he will not allow it. This is one of those things I will sleep and say President Muhammad Buhari will not allow 100 million naira as nomination fee for his party. Because he cried not too long ago that the nomination of 10 million was too high. And now it is 100. So resigning is something of conscience and morality. They should quit office. After all, the office they're occupying belongs to us. Let your appointee, you should direct them as the appointor for them to quit and go and face their newfound adventure. They are going on an adventure. They cannot be here holding it. That is what you find in a greedy environment, greedy society. Let me hold this, let me go. If I don't get the nomination, I come back. That is all. And it is unacceptable to a normal, reasonable environment. Since the 80s, we have been fighting for the downtrodden, the poor, the oppressed, the cheated. We will continue to speak. What will happen in 2023 is in the hands of the young people, the youths and the women. If they like, let them play with it as they did before. But nobody should complain after 2023. You dare not complain, whether it's in the internet or anywhere. If you are shut out from the process deliberately in order to prevent you from exercising your franchise and your right to contest under any party, that small card is what you have to exercise collectively and deal with those who did not want you to survive. We are having a lot of problems today. The problem we have in this country, all these people you see that wants to be president, only one or two has something in the head that will address these problems. Others will get there, it will be business as usual. Only one or two. 1, 2, 3. 3. Don't ask me the names. Others are coming as usual, business as usual. Business as usual. I'd ask them, how would they address this youth unemployment, this restiveness among the youth? How will they address security? They will give you the common questions. So that is why the young people must... Look, if you meet some of these young people who have no knowledge about security, they will tell you how to deal with these insurgents and all this work of the bandits. Because they have read a lot. And they have found out that it is practicable. It is not rocket science. Because you have people, every time they want to come out and show their flamboyancy, because they have acquired too much money in the past, they want to throw it into the system, buy everybody off. If the young people, the youths, the women, and the likes fail to take their destiny in their hands in 2023, never you complain again. Thank you. People. I'll give you an example. For State House of Assembly, if you're a youth, the intent is 100,000 naira. The nomination is 250. You won't pay 250 and nothing more. That's the nomination. For House of Rep, the same way. For Senate, then you are getting the big people. For governor, the big people. Then for president. I don't know what they're doing in other parties. I can tell you, if I bring the list, you see many young people here. They are coming, calling from states. It's acceptable to them, what we have done. You can't just walk in. You must show interest that I'm serious. If not, you will have 500 people going for one state constituency who are young people. At least for the state assembly, which is the lowest in hierarchy, you paid 100,000 naira for intent. You will pay nothing more. The nomination is waived. Waiver, waived. Every other thing waived. That is what we do here. We don't deceive people. So if they have experiences there, let them come. My number is on the internet. Call me, I'll tell the secretary, give him form. We don't do it. If they are doing it for politics, we're not doing it for politics. 2 women are coming here today for presidency. For presidential, they want to be president. Some have come before. So people are having courage. One called from America yesterday. I explained everything to her and how it goes. She was excited. But I also told her the other weight you have to carry outside the party. So these are things that should be encouraged. It must be encouraged. And those of you in the media should sing it. Let them come to Zenith Labour Party. There are no extra charges. It's just what I have told you. There is no administrative, there's no these charges and all. No, nothing. Funke, I hope you are satisfied. Thank you very much. Neck can now continue. Please adjust your seats.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.